Hi teachers, my name is Marina Aguilar Martinez and this is my intervention project design. My topic is virtual education as a consequence of the pandemic caused by COVID-19. My assessor was teacher Sandra Paola Hernandez Nepomuceno. This project was elaborated in 13 parts, so this is the first one, the introduction. In this, I focus in the education that need to be adapted in order to have a better use of knowledge for the benefit of students. Why? Because we need to create or to adapt our material or our activity over time in the kind of students had the process of the teaching learning. So the second one are the advantages and disadvantages associated with online learning. Why? Because we are facing nowadays this process of online learning. So the second part is my diagnostic report. My school was Escuela Secundaria General Felipe Carrillo Puerto. Its address is Prolongación Chimalhuacán Avenue, Lote 1, Manzana 203, corner with Manzanillo Avenue, Chimalhuacan Municipality, State of Mexico. My study group was the third E with 38 students, and they only had one class per week in the Google Meet platform. The time established was from 25 to 30 minutes or to 40 or from 40 to 50 minutes. So it depends of the week. So in this diagnostic report part, I used the semi-structured interview for the data collection. As Martinez said, is una conversación que propone un propósito específico distinto al simple acto de hablar. Es un instrumento técnico que toma la forma de un diálogo coloquial. So this is like the most helpful instrument to collect data, recollect data, because this is like just like a conversation. So the disadvantages I obtained were the use of technology and digital resources, the internet connection, and the lower writing skill. In the advantages, I focused in the use of videos, web pages, platforms, song, digital resources, and digital material. So as I mentioned, there are like apps or platforms, in this case, the Google Meet one and the WhatsApp. The problem I focused was the lowest skill that was writing. And obviously there are other important factors such as the time, lack of internet, motivation, attention, etc. So as Farrell mentions, the evolution of virtual institutions is taking place in the context of a wide range of forces that on one hand are driving the need for change and on the other one serve to limit change or less stop it. In this case, as I mentioned, the problem was the lowest skill writing. So my research question is that what is the importance of the writing skill in students of the second grade group E in the online education? My purposes, the general is to understand the importance of the implementation of the writing skill and the aspects involved in the new teaching learning form, and the specifics. The first one is to demonstrate the capacity of students in the writing skill, and the second one is to identify the impact of the writing skill in order to express the students' ideas. In this part, I focus in the methodology that in the research was the observational documentary. According to methods to recollect information, there were the semi-structured interview, the teacher's diary, and the observation script. In the third one, it's the Brunner's cognitive perspective that it's in 4 stages. I focus in the predisposition towards learning, and the third one that is the most effective sequences to present a material. In the first one, because we need to focus in what the students want to do, and in the third, because we need to present material according to the kind of topic and the kind of strategies we want to use with our students. In this intervention proposal, it's by using the resources that are at hand. In the case of students, talking about the cell phone, computer, etc. Students can become familiar with the use of various pages and sites that they will use in each class, as well as the elaboration of writing products that can be made with the use of the same technology using alternative sites. So this intervention proposal focus in the elaboration of writing products that create my students using this kind of technological resources. This is my proposed timeline in which I focus in 12 numbers, 12 activities. The first one, the reunion with the teacher of the group, that was the semi-structured interview. So the second and the third were about the observation class. The fourth and the fifth were about the intervention class. So this is like just the proposed timeline in which I focus my proposal. In this project implementation, in my first intervention, I focus in the simple present topic, and I present a video about a daily routine, a PowerPoint presentation, and my students, as the final product, wrote verbs and sentences about their family and about the video I presented. The second intervention was about expressibilities with can and can't. So I put a fragment of a song, as I asked about their favorite singer or group, and they wrote sentences about their favorite singer or group. So according to my process of reflection and evaluation, I focused that was an enrichment period of practicum, because I could appreciate different things that happened, since the lack of the internet, the problems to turn off the microphones, the time to project the presentation, the explanation of the topic, the problem with the speakers of the different devices, the quality of the internet. So there are like different elements that happened in this practicum period that I really wanted to focus. So for my next practicum period, I could really realize different short activities to reduce the time for some activities, and this helps me to adapt to the situation that could emerge in a time. My results are that the teaching learning mode allows to improvising in different activities. So this helps to improve or to adapt to the time of students, because this is a new scenario. This is a new modality for students. So my result is that was possible to arrive at the result of the general purpose, because it was possible to help students to write in the class in the evidences. So it was possible that the students identify the reason why it's important listening, because we need to focus in this input, that is listening, and then to create a sentence or a short paragraph, that is the creation after listening. So this is the part of the results. In this way, I focus in this video that it was a morning routine of a cartoon. This is like the first activity. This is like the presentation I created for my students. Here you can see some of the answers of my students in the Google Meet chat. Here there are like their sentences my students create in the class. And as you can see, in this part, I asked for their singers, so they edit this document in order to create their sentences, and using the can, and also using modals that are may and made. Here you have my references, and that's all. Thank you so much.